Richard Overton, USA 112. The World War II veteran who lived long with cigars, whiskey, and a joyful spirit. Richard Arvin Overton lived to be 112 years old, making him the oldest living World War II veteran at the time of his passing in 2018. His life was a tapestry of history, resilience, and joy. Born in 1906 in Bastrop County, Texas, Richard's life stretched across 3 centuries. He lived through both world wars, the Great Depression, the Civil Rights Movement, and the age of smartphones. But what truly made him remarkable was not only his long years, but the way he filled them, with humor, with community, and yes, with daily cigars and a little whiskey, the soldier's life. Richard Overton joined the U.S. Army in 1942. He served in the Pacific during World War II, stationed in places like Hawaii, Guam, Palau, and Iwo Jima. Like many veterans of his generation, he didn't talk much about the horrors of war, but his service shaped his resilience and perspective on life. When he returned home, he built a quiet life in Austin, Texas. He worked at a furniture store, later at the Texas Department of the Treasury, and built a home with his own hands in the 1940s. That home became his lifelong residence, the same porch where he would later greet countless friends, neighbors, and even U.S. presidents. The daily rituals. Richard's habits were, by most modern standards, unconventional for longevity. Every day, he smoked cigars, sometimes a dozen or more. He enjoyed a little whiskey, often mixing it with coffee, calling it his medicine. And yet, behind these indulgences, there was balance. Richard never let stress dominate his life. He ate simply, enjoyed food in moderation, and stayed physically active well into old age by doing yard work and moving around his neighborhood. Most importantly, he surrounded himself with people, laughter, and conversation. The secret wasn't cigars or whiskey. It was the joy, the rhythm, and the connection, the power of social connection. Richard's porch became legendary. He would sit outside, often in his favorite chair, chatting with neighbors, friends, and strangers alike. Loneliness, scientists say, can shorten life as much as smoking. Richard instinctively countered that by staying socially engaged every single day. People loved being around him, not just because of his age, but because of his spirit. He told stories, cracked jokes, and welcomed everyone with warmth. This sense of belonging and connection is a key factor researchers see in the world's longest-lived people. For Richard, it was as natural as breathing, a joyful spirit. Richard Overton carried himself with humor and lightness. He didn't waste time worrying about what he couldn't control. He lived in the present moment. When asked about his secret to a long life, he would often say, "I just live it. I don't worry about dying." You can't do nothing about that. This mindset, acceptance, gratitude, and humor, is what psychologists now call emotional resilience. It helps the body manage stress, reduces inflammation, and supports both heart and brain health. Richard may not have known the science, but he lived it daily, the balance behind the indulgence. It's easy to focus on cigars and whiskey, but the real secret of Richard's longevity lies in balance. He ate a moderate diet, never overeating. He moved naturally, mowing his own lawn, walking around his block, staying physically active. He slept well, honoring rest as part of life's rhythm. And most of all, he stayed connected to others. The cigars and whiskey weren't the formula. They were the seasoning. His true medicine was joy, purpose, and community, honors, and legacy. As Richard aged, his story reached far beyond Austin. He was honored by President Barack Obama at the White House on Veterans Day. His home became a historic landmark. People from across the country came to meet him, to hear his wisdom, and to simply share time on that famous porch. When he passed away in December 2018 at 112 years old, he left behind not only a record of service, but a legacy of joy and connection. Lessons from Richard Overton's life. What can we learn from Richard's incredible journey? Connection is life. Spend time with people. Talk, laugh, share stories. Loneliness ages us. Connection heals us. Stay active. You don't need a gym. Yard work. Walking, daily movement keeps the body strong. Enjoy life. A little indulgence isn't the enemy. Stress is. Balance matters more than restriction. Keep perspective. Don't fear aging or death. Focus on living each day with purpose and gratitude. Find joy in routine, whether it's morning coffee, an afternoon chat, or a quiet moment on the porch. Small rituals anchor a long, happy life. Why a story inspires us. Richard Overton shows us that longevity is not about perfection. It's not about strict diets or extreme regimens. It's about joy, balance, and resilience. He survived war, lived through more than a century of change, and still found reasons to smile every day. His story is a reminder that while we can't choose how long we live, we can choose how well we live. And perhaps that's a true secret to a long life, to embrace each day with curiosity, humor, and connection. To sit on your porch, light a cigar if you wish, sip something you enjoy, and share your story with the world. Outro. Richard Overton lived 112 years with a cigar in his hand, a twinkle in his eye, and a community around him. His life teaches us that the greatest longevity hack isn't found in pills or formulas. It's found in the simple things: connection, purpose, and joy. If a story inspired you, share it with someone you love, and subscribe for more lessons from the world's longest lived people. Because a long life isn't just about years, it's about how you feel them.